I will be sharing a verse with you guys about Revelation. Revelation chapter 3 is a very strong chapter. Many people out there believe in the rapture. There's a lot of theology out there that's taught on the rapture that they think that when this verse is said, therefore, if you will not watch, I will come upon you as a thief in the night, and you will not know what hour I will come upon you. People think that this is Jesus ultimately saying that I'm going to come in the night, you won't see me coming, and I'm coming to get my church. They use this, they cherry pick this verse to say that this is when the rapture is coming. Indeed, I will make those of the synagogue of Satan who say they are Jews. Notice this is important. He's then referencing the Pharisees, the synagogue of Satan. This is the second time that the word synagogue of Satan is used, who say they are Jews but are not, but lie. What's up, guys? This is God, Grit, and Glory, and I am your host, Vito Creed. We talk about the stuff that most people stay quiet about: Jesus, business, politics, and occasionally a few conspiracy theories. No scripts, no filters, just straight up truth. So join us as we unravel and speak truth. Welcome all, this is Vito Creed with God, Grit, and Glory, and we have another episode for you today. So the last few episodes, we've talked about Israel. We've talked about some of the heresy in Israel. We've talked about some of the deception. I mean, there's so much information out there about this. I mean, more recently, I had talked to you guys about the previous incident that happened in Albania, where Albania basically, where Kushner and Ivana Trump went and bought, well, I say bought really loosely, but they gave $1.4 million to the prime minister of Albania, and he took it as a bribe, and he gave him an island where they were going to build basically a resort and have their basically own island, right? So that's what it is. It's essentially where they were going to go and do all the stuff that they do. Who knows what it is? But the Albanians got disgusted by this, and they said, we're not going to allow a foreign nation to come in here and pervert our area and pervert our island. So they rebelled. One of the biggest boycotts and protests seen in Albania ever in the existence of time. I think people felt pretty universal about the fact that they didn't want Americans in there, and specifically Trump and his cronies. So people are waking up. People are waking up to all of this. And by the way, Kushner is Jewish. They understand that his roots are from Israel. They all work together. He's the one that tried to strike up a peace deal. So they're not surprised that this is going on, and they are totally not for it. You know, when you sit on social media for a little while, you notice that the algorithm starts to pick up on the kind of stuff you're watching. If you reshare stuff with family, even if you share it with people and you hit Messenger, Messenger reshare, and share it in a direct message, it still will give you the similar content to this. Even if you hit copy and you copy it personally somewhere in a PDF or whatever in your notes, it's still going to share you the same algorithm. Once you go down the rabbit hole of whatever topic you're looking into, you're going to be kind of at the mercy of that topic for a little while, usually a couple of days, sometimes a couple of weeks. But I was consumed by just all of the disgustingness going on in Israel, all of the disgustingness. And I mean, there's just so much of it that you can't help but sit back and think to yourself, who do these people think they are?
From Israel. As an Israeli, you believe the kids in Gaza are animals?
Gaza, it's not people, the animals, the monkey, the dog, the horse. It's same the animals. If it's dead, it's okay. It's not a man. It's not people.
So it's okay if children in Gaza die.
You eat chicken.
Would you eat a child from Gaza? Are you comparing people in Gaza to chickens?
Yeah, it's chicken. It's nothing. It's not people. It's animals.
They're my family. I'm Palestinian. I have family and friends in Gaza. I'm from Palestine. Does that mean I'm an animal?
Yeah, if you from Palestine, you animals. Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
Who do these people think they are? The fact that I will be sharing a few videos of IDF soldiers openly being proud of going into Lebanon, going into Libya, going into Gaza, and children.
Are you guys in the IDF?
Are you guys in the IDF?
Yeah, I was in the IDF.
How was it? How was serving in the IDF?
It was perfect. Yeah. I have a question for you.
Yes.
You think the people in Israel are racist?
Yes, yes. I think you guys believe that you guys are better than other people. I mean, the fact that you kill Palestinians and you call them terrorists, you kill little babies and you call them terrorists.
So what you say now, Israel is a racist country.
Yes.
There are 2 million Arabs that live in Israel that have a blue ID.
If I'm telling you that there's apartheid in a country and you're telling me, well, no, we have 2 million Palestinians that live here, you need to have another population in order to have apartheid. You are only proving my point.
They accept the peace?
They don't accept the peace. They have no other choice.
They had no choice. No. I mean, you are in the army, the one on the side. You are in the army, right? You went to the army. Is that cocaine? Do you have cocaine? Is that cocaine, man?
What are you doing?
Are you sniffing cocaine? Oh man, you're having a good time. What's in your hand?
What's in the key?
Yeah. Enjoy. Wallahi, we're happy for you.
What you guys trying to do?
We're having a conversation. I just want to understand the mentality of the people who go to the army and think that everybody deserves to die.
Fucker's doing cocaine.
It's like doing cocaine.
Hi, are you in the IDF?
Yes.
Have you ever killed any Palestinian children?
Yes.
How many?
I don't know, but I can.
Have you walked into Lebanon or no?
Yes.
You've killed children in Lebanon as well?
Yes.
What about the babies?
The baby is good to kill.
Really? In Lebanon?
Yes, in Lebanon, in Gaza, in Iran. I kill children.
You kill children?
Yes.
And the crazy part about the people from Gaza, the Palestinians, is they're not victims. Let me rephrase that. They don't act like victims. They don't turn around and say, "Look at me, poor me, poor me, poor me."
How hot is it when a guy tells you that he's taken down some terrorists?
Smash! This is the word. It's a big smash.
Imagine hearing your daughter speak like that, like smash.
You know when they see from far and they do
Yeah.
that? So they bomb them.
Nice.
Beautiful blood everywhere.
Yeah.
What the heck?
I'm going to be sharing a video of a guy talking about how Israel basically does this professionally. They are professional victims.
If we are the chosen people, who are you to tell us what to do? Who are you? Who is the international community to tell Israel what to do? International law? Who? Wonderful thing. It doesn't apply on us. It applies on any other place on earth, not on Israel. Because we are the chosen people. Don't you understand it? The second very deep-rooted value is obviously the value of we, the victims, not only the biggest victims, but the only victims around. I know many occupations which were longer than Israeli occupation, than the Israeli occupation. Some were even more brutal, even though it's getting harder and harder to be more brutal than the Israeli occupation. I don't recall one occupation in which the occupier presents himself as the victim. Not only the victim, the only victim. If to phrase here, if to quote here the late Golda Meir, whom I quoted also last time, I know, but it is so unforgettable I have to use it again. She once said that we will never forgive the Arabs for forcing us to kill the children. We are the victims. We are forced to kill the children. Poor us. And as the victim and the only victim in history, again, it enables us the rights to do whatever we want, and nobody is going to tell us what to do, because we are the only victims. To this, there is a third very deep-rooted value, and this is the very deep belief, again, everyone will deny it, but if you scratch under the skin of almost every Israeli, you'll find it there. The Palestinians are not equal human beings like us. They are not like us. They don't love their children like us. They don't love life like us. They were born to kill. They are cruel. They are sadists. They have no values, no manners. Look how they kill us. This is very, very deep-rooted in Israeli society, and maybe that's the key issue. Because as long as this continues, nothing will move. As long as most of the Israelis don't perceive the Palestinians as equal human beings, we are so much better than them. We are so much developed than them. And we are so much human than them. As long as this is the case, all our dreams, and we have some dreams, and I'll get to them, all our dreams will never become true as long as this core issue will not change.
I'm going to also share another video of this one guy being interviewed, by a British reporter. And he asks him, one of the first questions that he asks him is about, he asks him, why should the world tolerate you having nuclear weapons? And then he goes in the interview and says, well, we don't have nuclear weapons. Who said we had nuclear weapons? And then he turns around and says, well, you don't have nuclear weapons? He's like, no. And the fact that you're saying this is because, this is ridiculous. And he's saying that it's insulting to our people, yada, yada, yada. And he's like, we're the victims here. And he's like, are you the victims because of the 6 million Jews? And he pretty much walks out of the interview because this guy knows all of his talking points. He knows his script. He knows that how the book is written in the book of victimhood. And he's just not buying into it. He's like, screw you. I'm going to sit here and I'm going to question everything. And I'm going to say, were there 6 million Jews in fact? And this is the world that we live in right now. The Jews, and I say this very loosely, they are not Jews. They're the Ashkenazi Jews, the Khazarians. They're anything but the real Jews. I will be sharing a verse with you guys about Revelation. Revelation chapter 3. It is a very strong chapter. For people that are not familiar with Revelation, it has a lot of stuff in there that is really meaty. It's hard to understand. It's hard to make sense of it. People say you need to be a scholar to know this stuff. You don't really need to be a scholar. You need to have a little bit of a brain, but also you have to be a born-again Christian. The Holy Spirit has to reveal itself to you through the scriptures. It starts off with, and to the angel of the church in Sardis write, these findings says, he who has 7 spirits of God and the 7 stars, I know your works, that you have a name, that you are alive, but you are dead. Be watchful and strengthen the things which remain that are ready to die. For I have not found your works perfect before God. Remember, therefore, how you have received and heard, and hold fast and repent. Therefore, if you will not watch, I will come upon you as a thief in the night, and you will not know the hour that I will come upon you. You have a few names, even in the Sardis, who have not defiled their garments, and they shall walk with me in white, for they are worthy. He who overcomes shall be clothed in white garments, and I will not blot his name from the book of life, blot his name out in the book of life. But I will confess his name before my Father and before his angels. He who has ears, let him hear what the Spirit says to the churches. This is a famous verse that's used to argue something called the rapture, raptura, from the Greek language. So I don't believe in the rapture. Many people out there believe in the rapture. There's a lot of theology out there that's taught on the rapture that they think that when this verse is said, therefore, if you will hold fast, Therefore, if you will not watch, I will come upon you as a thief in the night, and you will not know what hour I will come upon you. People think that this is Jesus ultimately saying that I'm going to come in the night, you won't see me coming, and I'm coming to get my church. They use this, they cherry pick this verse to say that this is when the rapture is coming. But if you keep reading here, you're going to see that he's talking to the churches here, and he's talking about all of these things. He starts with the faithful church, and to the angel of the church in Philadelphia, write, these things says, he who is holy, he who is true, he who has the key of David, he who opens and no one shuts, and shuts and no one opens. I know your works. See, I have set before you an open door, and no one can shut it. For you have a little strength, have kept my word, and have not denied my name. Notice how he's saying, and have not denied my name. Whose name is he talking about? And this is the church of Philadelphia. Who is the church of Philadelphia? You guys know? And I write these things to the church of Philadelphia. And he's saying that you guys are pretty much a good church. You guys have been faithful. And I'm going to keep your door open for you, meaning I'm going to allow the floodgates of your church to be born again, the floodgates of your people to find me. I'm giving you guys the opportunity here because you guys have kept my word and have not denied my name as Jesus Christ. Indeed, I will make those of the synagogue of Satan who say they are Jews. Notice this. This is important. He's then referencing the Pharisees, the synagogue of Satan. This is the second time that the word synagogue of Satan is used. Who say they are Jews but are not, but lie. Indeed, I will make them come and worship before your feet, and to know that I have loved you, because you have kept my command to persevere. I also will keep you from the hour of trial, which shall come upon the whole world to test those who dwell on earth. And this is where Jesus is talking about his second coming. And he's saying that the people of the synagogue of Satan, which are the Jews, are going to basically worship at the feet of the Christians. Philadelphia. And a lot of people believe that Philadelphia is modern day Turkey. It is addressed in Revelation 3:7-13 that we just read. And the city was located where the modern Turkey city of Alashehir now stands. Alashehir. Unlike most of the other churches, Philadelphia received no rebuke from Jesus. Instead, it is praised for remaining faithful despite having little strength. Jesus is referring to a very interesting passage here. Behold, I am coming quickly. Hold fast what you have, that no one may take your crown. He who overcomes, I will make him a pillar in the temple of God, and he shall go out no more. I will write on him the name of my God and the name of the city of my God, the New Jerusalem. Notice a reference here. The New Jerusalem. Why is this important? Because the New Jerusalem is a replacement Jerusalem of the Old Jerusalem. This is important. Which comes down out of heaven from my God, and I will write on him my new name. He who has an ear, let him hear. Jesus loves to say this. And this is an interesting reference because he's comparing Philadelphia church, which is the 7 historical churches of Asia, Asia Minor, modern day Turkey. And he's referencing the people that are claiming to be Jews. These are also the same people, by the way, that is currently occupying Israel. They are the same people that came in 1948. They are the same people that don't allow you to take a DNA test because they don't want people to know that they're not really Jewish. They say that the Palestinians, there was a study that was done that 90% of the people that occupy Gaza, the Palestinians, are in fact Semite blood. That means that they were originally the ones that occupied this area for thousands of years. They are original to this area. They are native to this area. And the remaining 15, close to 20%, that is not, are basically all of the settlers, the migrants, potentially the fake Jews that have infiltrated everywhere. But I'll even tell you that they don't do well with Palestinians, so they oftentimes do not move into that area because they can't live side by side with Palestinians. The Jews despise the Palestinians. They despise them.
When there is a war, it doesn't matter who your enemy is. You need to destroy their offspring to prevent them from creating more offspring.
These are the settlers in waiting, keen to start a new life, to annex Gaza for Israel. But what of the Palestinians who live in Gaza now?
I just think we need to kill them, every one of them, and that's it.
speaking about more than 2 million Arabs. They will not stay there. We, Jews, will be in Gaza.
That sounds like ethnic cleansing.
That seems sociopathic.
I can...
Doesn't it?
No, not at all. This is normal.
No, a single loaf of bread should go there.
There's a certain hatred for them that is just unbiblical and it is unnatural. People say that this is a common theme. They'll say, well, and they teach this. This is pure indoctrination.
Hello.
Hi.
Where are you from?
I'm from Israel. Where are you from?
I'm from Palestine. Where are you originally from?
London, England.
And you're in Israel now? How long have you been in Israel for?
38 years. I've been in Gaza, I think, since 1988 during my army service.
You said you were in Gaza in the 80s, right?
Yeah, that's right. 80s, 90s, yeah.
That was illegally occupied territory. What were you doing in Gaza? Did you kill any Palestinians while you were illegally there?
I prefer not to answer, but this was many, many years ago. It was very different. I'm very proud of what I've done. I'm not ashamed of anything I've ever done in my life, especially not coming to Israel because I felt I needed to fight for my country as opposed to you.
You're from London. You're from London. Israel is not your country.
I'm Israeli. I was always Israeli. My family's not Israeli at all. I always felt, and that maybe you should learn.
Oh my God, you came from London to commit war crimes in Palestine, and you just said that my whole family is not Israeli, but I am because I choose to be. What the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah. Does Israel have the right to defend it?
100%.
100%. Against who?
Hamas, Palestinians.
So free Israel.
100%, yeah.
From what? What should be free Israel from?
From
themselves?
From Gaza, from the whole thing.
From Gaza. So let me get this straight. So Israelis were living there already. Jews were already living there. And then all of a sudden, recently, these Arabs came and they just took over the land? Is that what happened? If this is your coat and I took your coat off you and you're like, yo, bro, give me my coat back. And I'm like, nah, it's mine.
No, I'll take it off you.
Well, why would you No, but I have the right to defend myself.
No, because it's my belonging.
Oh, hold on a second. So it's because it's your belongings, you have the right to defend yourself. So these Palestinians who belong on that land, who lived on that land, they're being attacked and they're taking the land away. Do they not have the right to defend their own land?
What I know,
talk to me.
They lived there, yeah, Gaza. They lived happy, and then there was Israel. Yeah, all of a sudden, one day, they came in and started killing civilians.
This is what they're teaching them. So on that land, before it was called Israel, what was it called?
I don't know.
You don't know at all?
I don't know at all.
So it was called Palestine. Let me give you a lesson on that. It was called Palestine.
Okay, I don't believe it.
But wait, so you don't know, but yet you don't believe it?
Even if I don't know, I don't believe it either. If it's called.
So even if you don't know and you learn about it, you still wouldn't believe it.
100%. I wouldn't believe it.
So you wouldn't. So you're willing to close your eyes on the truth?
Yep.
They'll say, well, Muslims absolutely despise the Jews. You know what's interesting? I don't think I've ever heard a single interview. I mean, I'm sure they're out there. I mean, Muslims are obviously not the greatest people because they believe that their bloodline is pure. But it's not a very common theme for them to come out and openly say, we hate Israel. We hate the Jews. We want them all dead. Not only do they not say it, they don't act on it. And there was this guy named Mitch. He used to work for the FBI. He's a very renowned kind of guy now in mainstream media. He was on Tucker Carlson's podcast, and he comes out and he says, according to a source, which he still has a lot of connections with the FBI, the CIA, a lot of intel. He says, according to a source, the reason why Trump invaded Iran and started bombing Iran and started basically shaking them down is not because he wanted to. It's because Israel came to Trump in confidence, in other words, in secret, and said, hey, either you guys get involved with Iran or we're going to use nuclear force. In other words, it was a shakedown. It was a way to say, hey, by the way, it is your choice. You have a choice to make right now. Either you get involved and deal with this race that we can't stand and fight our battles for us, right? Or we use nuclear power. And you know what's going to happen when they use nuclear power? Yeah. It's called World War III.
The reason that Donald Trump decided to bomb Iran was that the Israelis said, if you don't bomb Iran to take out these deep bunkers, we're going to use nuclear weapons. And they had never threatened that before. And so Trump said, bombing Iran might actually save us from the start of World War III if it keeps the Israelis from using nuclear weapons.
So according to your source, the Israelis told the President of the United States that if he did not use the United States military power to bomb the nuclear facilities in Iran, Israel, acting on its own, would use nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
Do you see why there's a problem with that statement, John?
Yeah.
Because they've never fucking admitted that they've had them.
That's right.
So you're telling me that they just admitted to the President of the United States that they have nuclear weapons and we still do not have them in the IAEA treaty?
I mean, if Israeli nuclear whistleblowers are to be believed, yeah, they started working on them in the 50s. They got them around the late 60s or the early 70s.
In China, the CCP came out and said this direct message to Israel, and I'm going to share it with you guys.
First of all, I want to tell the Israeli government and the Israeli leaders that the moment Israel uses a nuclear warhead against any other country, including against Iran, it will be the demise of Israel as a country, as a state. Therefore, think twice and always use the Chinese wisdom that if you dare to use a nuclear weapon against any other country, you may cause the demise of your own country. That's number one. Because mankind will never support Israel to use nuclear warhead against another country, killing hundreds of thousands, if not more, people.
It discusses the fact that if Israel decides to bomb Iran or anybody else with nuclear power, they will extinguish them. They will extinguish them off the map. In other words, they said, we're going to not only shoot you guys, but we're going to shoot with the intent to. Because they said that nobody should be using nuclear bombs. Nuclear bombs, by the way, are something that were created as an absolute worst case scenario. And it has become one of the most feared things in the world. And what's interesting is everybody was scared that Iran was going to get their hands on nuclear. Everybody was scared that Afghanistan, Iraq, and all of the Muslim cultures were going to get, basically any of the Arabs, Saudi Arabia, Egypt, were going to get their hands on nuclear. And they had to step into this registration process with the foreign policy where they have to be basically controlled by NATO and by the United States and so forth. It's basically a program that was created to make sure nobody goes nuclear. But what's interesting, Israel thinks that they don't have to follow the rules. They think that these rules don't apply to them. They make their own rules because they are God's chosen people. We all know that is not the case.